Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how I afford all these comic books, statues, other collectibles I have. This is something that I've never really talked about on the channel. This is something that's kind of like personal, but I thought it would be an interesting topic, specifically how people perceive me and what they think that I do. And I put this up to a poll and it was funnier than I could have even imagined. So I asked 3 days ago with 469 votes. Nice. What does Sticky Goose do for a living? And as I'm writing this, I was like, this sounds like such like an asshole thing, like talking about myself in like the third person, like he and he does this. I just didn't know how else to write it. But the first option was trust fund baby. He spends his grandparents' hard-earned money, and that was the number one choice. 28% chose that. And then the next option was education. He's an educator for K through 12 with a focus on science in 26%. I'm going to scroll down and show some of these comments because they're hilarious. I think a lot of people that chose the trust fund baby possibly trolling. I don't know, but later on in the video, we're going to play a little bit of a game here. So let's take a look at these comments real quick first. Gravel Racer 1 says, stay at home husband. Batman Beyond says, Sticky Goose is the Johnny Sins of YouTube. You can do anything. I had to look that up, and it was pretty funny. Sticky Goose is a fortune teller. He uses his bald head to predict the future. Sticky Goose, love your content. Thank you, James. German Shibble says, no one has mentioned it, but my guy described an abstract sculpture as very specific anatomical parts and used the correct pronunciation. Paige, the turning monkey, trolls YouTube, wife pays the bills. Chi10 says, narcissistic YouTuber. Those are synonyms. You can't have one without the other. OnlyFans. OA Comics says OnlyFans. I wish I was how I was paying the bills. Roadie for Insane Clown Posse. Woot woot. Love that. All right, some of the other ones. Gerbil Farmer. Where the keys at? Seriously, which is it? I think Sticky Goose is the man of the people. Dumpster Diver. Pimple Popper. And a lot of people say an educator. So I thought that was just kind of a fun little way to kind of get a gauge of like how people perceive you. That's what's really interesting to me is, watching somebody on the internet, like, and you watch these people and you're just like, who are these people really? Like, I wonder what this person does in their free time. What do they do professionally? Because, I mean, let's just face facts. Like, when you're watching me, it's very unlikely you can see me as like a professional person in like a normal job. So I wanted to play this game of To Tell the Truth. If you've ever watched this game show, this is one of my favorite game shows as a kid, where I've always wanted to do this, where you're like a contestant and like you're talking to this panel, or no, sorry, the panel's talking to the contestant, and they're trying to figure out who the real person is. Like somebody was like a professional surfer, or somebody was like the guy that figured out how to make hearing aids or something. I don't know. It was just a bunch of like incredibly interesting people, successful jobs, which is not the case here at all. I just wanted to see how good I am at lying. So using the 5 choices here, I'm going to tell you that one of these is the truth, and then the other ones are lies. So first one up. Okay, the first one is I am a trust fund baby. I have a extremely large inheritance from my grandparents. They were in the coal mining industry. They were able to basically supply and give coal mining companies the equipment and supplies that were necessary. They did this for years. West Virginia is obviously known for its coal mining, and a lot of people specifically from that era my grandparents were in were were part of the coal mining industry. My grandparents were just able to get lucky, and they were able to endow me with a very large trust fund that has kept us going for years now. And I have used that money to buy all these comics and to build this channel up. So that's the first one. The second one is I'm an osteopathic physician. I went to the Osteopathic School of Medicine in Lewisburg, West Virginia. It's in the southern part of West Virginia. Osteopathic physician is different than a medical doctor or an MD. It's a DO. The osteopathic physician specializes in not only in internal medicine and pharmaceutical therapy, but also a body manipulation aspect where I'm able to manipulate people's skeletal structures, their spine, their hips, shoulders, neck, and able to relieve pain and get therapy for chronic care patients. I work in a rural clinic where I see a lot of different patients, usually lower income folks, a lot of people that have chronic conditions, whether that be diabetes, obesity, COPD, and black lung, which is also very prevalent here because of the coal mining. So that is what I do on a daily basis, and then in my free time I make these videos and bring them to you. So that was number 2. Number 3, I'm an educator. My entire family are educators for the most part. My father was in education, my grandfather, my grandmother, all of that side of my family are all educators, and I followed that same path. I went to a small school in southern West Virginia where I studied education, and I took the praxis. I took all the standardized testing to basically get my master's degree, where I'm able to provide education for a certain level, and that would be K through 12. I can educate K through 12. I work in a rural school. I see a lot of kids that are lower income. Their families, are not well off. A lot of these kids they haven't been raised very well. A lot of poor behavior, reading skills very low. But a lot of my focus is in the science aspect. I am able to, try to teach these kids, earth science, physical science, and I'm able to reach a lot of different kids that way. All right, that was number 3. All right, number 4, I'm a dentist. I am a doctor of dental surgery. I now work predominantly with patients that need full mouth extractions, patients that are on Medicaid, lower income, and I provide dental services for them. A lot of the services I provide, they really, a lot of these folks can't afford it. It's paid by the federal government, so that's where I receive a lot of my money, is through the federal government paying for their health care. So in my dental practice, I am making dentures, removable devices, basically trying to replace the lost teeth that through wear and tear, drug use, neglect, all of these factors that come into play. A lot of my patients are medically compromised, and I see many of them as well. All right, that was the 4th one. Last but not least, social worker. I am a social worker, specifically a spinal cord injury social worker. I work at the VA, the Veterans Administration Hospital. I'm providing services for these individuals that are veterans, regardless of age. I'm seeing a lot of these injuries have come from, overseas when they've been deployed, and these spinal cord injuries leave a lot of these patients paraplegic, and a lot of them need home health care. I am the individual, the liaison that gets home health care to these veterans. so that they can their needs can be met. A lot of these individuals cannot take care of themselves, unfortunately. A lot of these spinal cord injuries have also occurred, not in war, through just things that happen in real life, like people being paralyzed, jumping into a pool, or terrible car wrecks, terrible things like that are also veterans that have become injured later in life. So those are the individuals I'm treating. Okay, so that was fun. I feel like some of those were better than others. I want you guys to kind of let me know what you guys think. What do you? I don't want to give the answer right now. Like I want you guys to tell me, was any of that believable? Do you think any of those are true? Well, one of them is true. So I want you guys to let me know how good of a liar I actually am, if I'm a good liar or not. Let me know in the comments which one you think the right answer is, and we might reveal that coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.